Peace be with you from our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. I remember when Missy and I married for a couple of years, and then the time came upon us where we couldn't handle the pressure anymore, but everybody asked me, "Who's that kid?" We started having that conversation. And me being the youngest of the family, I was an expert of having kids. Because I saw all my nieces and nephews running around like little angels and saying, "Man, that's never happened to my kid." I remember all this stuff we got in preparation. Some of the little small stuff, like those things you stick in the outlet so they don't, try to stick a fork in there or whatever, or they're using their finger. To the larger stuff. I mean, when we first married, we lived in a 2-bedroom house, and we're like, "I'm not so sure we want to have kids in a 2-bedroom house," especially when my clothes are in the closet in the spare bedroom. It's a tiny house. So we upgraded to a 3-bedroom, even had an extra den off the side where I put all my IU stuff in. Got a place for that. I remember going out to the camcorder. Got to have that. It was one of those types that didn't go on your shoulder. We were a little bit younger than that, I guess. I mean, it still fit in your hand, but you had to take a little tip and then put it into a bigger tape, so you can actually put it into the VHS. Yeah, that's it, right? VHS. What else did we get? Oh, one of the best things ever, a diaper genie. Woo, that thing was sweet. I mean, because as soon as God plays that joke on us and puts a little stench into the diaper, we're like, "Man, that is amazing." I mean, nothing can prepare you for that stench. I'm just telling you. You might all agree. But once we put it in the diaper genie and give it a couple turns, it was beautiful. I remember painting the walls a nice neutral yellow, because we had no idea we were not going to find out this actually before it was born. The carpet was green, brand new, the only place in the house that had new carpet was that room. And then the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2 decals that we stuck all over the walls. Man, we were ready. We were ready. Until Missy started feeling her labor pains 4 weeks earlier. I'm like, "Honey, sit down." She's like, "No, I'm ready. This is going." She started walking. I'm like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "I'm sure. We go to the hospital. Are you ready?" "Yeah, we're ready." It was a long, long labor. I'm not sure we were actually truly ready. I'm not sure Chloe was actually truly ready. But it was time. And I remember during that long, long labor, my stomach becoming more and more tight. Now, I have no idea if this was part of my lactose intolerant problem, that I actually had some dairy that day, and it just caught up with me, or if it was the fact that I was there in the hospital knowing I was going to be a father. I mean, whenever the nurses would come in, they would take a look at Missy, and then look at me and go, "Oh, you need help?" Like, man, I don't know. Maybe. No matter what, I don't think, out of all the preparation that we did, we're ever fully ready to receive that newborn in our arms and experience the love, the joy that one feels, but also the desperation for help. The questions of inadequacy. Am I worthy? Can I do this? Is anyone actually ever ready for that step in your life? Well, Jesus, in our gospel lesson, tells us, I love the way Luke says this. First of all, right at the beginning, do not be afraid. Oh, okay. Let's not be afraid. And then what comes next? It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. What does that mean? And it's wonderful. You think about this kingdom moment. What is the kingdom moment? Is it to hold a child in your arms? It could be. To feel that love that you have never felt for any living being ever before. You love your spouse, but this is something equal, if not more so. Is it knowing that no matter what this child does, there is nothing that's going to stop you from loving and caring for them? I want to say yes, it's a glimpse of the kingdom that God gives us. And through our Lord Jesus Christ, God gives us the kingdom. What God is telling us is, your sins are forgiven. Salvation is assured. Now go. Boom. Share that kingdom. It is here now with you. You need to be in it. And you need to enjoy it and share it. How do we do that? Sell your possessions and give alms. Well, what? I just saved all this stuff so I can have kids. I got to sell my possessions. He's reminding us in the kingdom we won't need those things. And it is our job to give alms. Now, alms isn't what we bring to the church. I mean, that's an offering. Alms, what they talk about right there, is actually a gift to the poor. Some type of charity. Someone who needs the funds, sell some of your possessions, give them what you get from it. That's part of enjoying the kingdom. I'm going to skip over the one line just to get to this one. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Now, Ralph Jacobson, who's a professor up at Luther, said this better than I ever did, and he pointed something out that I hadn't seen before. Because usually, if your heart belongs to God, you want to give something of your treasure, right? But he pointed out he had been reading that message wrong, because truly, your treasure doesn't follow your heart, at least in this line. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Your heart is actually following your treasure. So when you actually give alms, you might notice the poor a little bit more often. Think about this one. This was a great illustration. I remember when I bought my first brand new car. 41 miles on it, 2006 Pontiac G6. I was so proud of that car because I had bought it. It was wonderful, it was beautiful, it was brand new, it was fast. As soon as I drove that car off the lot, I kept on noticing all these Pontiac G6s. Look, Pontiac G6. That was white. Oh, look, another Pontiac G6. Holy cow, there's another Pontiac G6. Have you ever done that? Bought something, and as soon as you buy it, whether it's a new pair of shoes, a new dress, a car, you notice all the other ones like that around you. It's because where your treasure is. I bought that car, you bought that pair of shoes. You're going to pay attention to where that is and what that looks like. In the kingdom, we can actually train our heart by putting our treasure where God wants it to be. Because where we put our money, our funds, our time, our attention, our interests, all of our treasure, not just the material, money type, then we will start beginning to notice those things. Now, going back, making verses for yourselves. Make verses for yourselves that do not pour out, an unfailing treasure in heaven, where no thief comes near and no moth destroys. He tells this parable to us. Blessed are those slaves whom the master finds alert when he comes. Truly I tell you, he will fasten his belt and have them sit down to eat, and he will come and serve them. As we actually look to where we place our treasures, and we put those others first, Jesus will come to be with us. And the promise of this is illustrated once again when all his disciples, after Jesus dies and his resurrection, they go out back to the fishing boats, remember? And then they see this figure walk along the beach. And that's where Peter said, wait a minute, that's Jesus. And he puts some clothes, he runs to shore. Remember what Jesus does when everybody else comes in? Because they're fishing, they couldn't find anything. So Jesus tells them, hey, go to the right side of the boat and throw the net. And then they couldn't hardly get the fish in because they were so many in the nets. Jesus, at that point, sat down with them, fixed them breakfast, and served them. It's a promise that's going to happen over and over again, as long as we remember what we are here at Grain preparing to do. So you also must be ready to get ready for the kingdom. What's the kingdom like? We might as well be asking a new married couple, what's it like to have a child? Because they don't know. They with great anticipation. They're going to prepare their house. They're going to buy new stuff. They're going to do all kinds of new things to try to be ready, even though they may not actually be ready. Now, a lot of you, I think, through the grapevine have heard that the ELCA church-wide meeting was this past week. And some of you may or may not agree with what had actually happened or with some of the decisions that were made during that week. And I get it. I'm not so sure I agree with all of the statements that were made. But this is the ELCA trying to be ready to welcome in the kingdom of God. Because we know this for sure. God said, love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. We're going to make all kinds of mistakes trying to figure that out. As a church, as a people, as the ELCA, we're not always going to get it right. Parents never always get it right. But we try our darndest to be ready. Because we want to love what has been gifted to us. Because we need to love what has been gifted to us. Because it is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. We talk about letting people who go into word and sacrament, like myself, be ordained. That's a given. But there's also another part of the roster that says you are called into word and service. So basically a deacon, associate ministry, somebody who wants to be part of ministry but doesn't want to serve it in the church but out in the world somewhere. And one little word was different in their consecration, which was ordination. But since they were not ordained, they were not really looked upon as pastors and or ordained in any type of ministry. So therefore, tax reasons and other type of job applications, they could not be considered called into that position. The LCA church-wide changed that word this week. So now they are ordained. Does that mean they can give communion? With the permission of the bishop, like it has been in the past. But now, if they are applying for a job application as a chaplain in a hospital, and that job application says, are you ordained? They can now say yes. whereas before they could not say ordained because they were consecrated. We had to let a declaration given to the people of African descent that say we welcome you and look upon you as equals. People, we are a 94% white congregation. Take it back. 94% white denomination. I guarantee you, the kingdom has more diversity than that. So as we, as the ELCA, try to prepare ourselves for what the kingdom will look like, we want to be more welcoming to people who look different than we do. We voted in an inter-religious policy statement that says we will try to be with our brothers and sisters of different religions and have conversations with them on our common things instead of exploiting each other for the things we don't for. Of course, we had to talk about a budget, and they passed it. Because though God's ministry doesn't need your money, God's church does, and the mission of God does. We heard from the networks of colleges and universities how they're looking to go into the future with less and less students. We heard an update from the ELCA, World Hunger. Missy and I got to walk in a prayer vigil with the Amparo, the ELCA group that accompanies minors with protection, advocacy, representation, and opportunities. We're just praying for those who are separated in any way, shape, or form from their families, and hoping that our government will soon find a way to fix the immigration laws. But let's not blame and let's not punish children who now are scared and lonely and caught in the middle of this tragic event. We re-elected our bishop for another 6-year term, Elizabeth Eden. And we had this social statement that came out, which is called Faith, Sexism, and Justice. And it's got really strange language in it. Something that we've never had to talk about before. And now we have to talk about it. Now we have to be aware of it to see where, as God's children, we are called. So that sexism is made aware, that we become more of a welcoming group of people to females, and to assure that they have equal pay for equal work. And also to try to figure out what to do with those who are confused on their sexuality. And I don't mean confused because it's a bad thing. I mean confused because they feel that they are caught as one sex into another, the opposite sex body. You know, I was quite open with the congregation when I came here and we talked about the whole welcoming of gay clergy into our ranks. I said, by not welcoming those people, we are causing ourselves a loss, because they might be exactly what the church needs right now. They might be a very talented writer and or preacher and or student of Scripture, but just because they are gay, we don't allow them to be in the church. I've always said, I don't agree with the lifestyle. I don't understand it. But I'm called to love them regardless. I don't understand people who have gender fluidity. That makes no sense to me. I don't know how to incorporate that into my small little brain. But I do know that God has called us and given us the kingdom, which means those people will also be in the kingdom. And it is our responsibility to love those people, even though we don't like it, even though we don't agree with it, even though we think it's wrong. Come on, people. You talk with people every single day that you do not agree with. We're still called to love them. The ELCA is trying to get ready. Same way, we're all trying to get ready for that kingdom. They're not always going to be right. They're going to make a ton of mistakes because what parent hasn't and would not admit making mistakes raising their kids? The ELCA made all kinds of mistakes. They'll continue to make them, but they are doing their best to prepare for getting ready for the kingdom that God has promised us. Because God continues and will always give us good gifts. That's the promise. From Abraham, descendants will be as many as the stars. Jesus telling the disciples, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So be ready. Do the best that you can with what you have, knowing that God's grace will cover our mistakes. That God's love will always be there no matter how bad we step into it. No matter if the diaper genie explodes. God's grace and love is there